Alright, good morning. So, had a really nice place to camp last night actually. I didn't film like a closing clip just because I got there quite late and there were other people camping there. I got there and I was like kind of unsure if I should just keep hiking because there was quite a big group of people camping there. But they just told me like, hey, if you want to camp here, you're more than welcome to as well. So I camped with them just close by, but I didn't want to film anything because it was already like almost 9 p.m. or something. So anyway, I think I did like close to 30 miles yesterday, or around 30, not sure exactly the mileage, but pretty solid day. There wasn't much elevation. It was quite an easy day, pretty cruisy. Haven't had that in a while. Today there's definitely going to be a lot more elevation depending on how far I go. Thinking of doing like maybe 6,000 or 7,000 feet of gain. Depends if I can do it that quickly, if I can get the miles in. But if I can get far today, then that way tomorrow I can make it to this hostel just beyond Monarch Pass called the Butterfly House. And it's a by donation hostel which apparently has like kegs of beer as well. So yeah, anyway, sounds like a nice hostel. So it would be ideal if I can get there tomorrow, but we'll see. It all depends on how far I get today. And I pitched the tarp last night just because wasn't really sure, like the clouds were getting really dark and grey and it looked like it could rain. When I left Lake City, I know the forecast was basically for 2 nice days, which I already had, and then 2 potentially rainy days. Maybe not that bad, but yeah, today and tomorrow could be rainy. We'll see how it goes, but yeah. Also, something kind of interesting that I should mention coming up soon is that there's a town called Leadville in Colorado, which is quite famous for running like ultra marathons and that type of stuff. They do a lot of, it's a very like, yeah, outdoorsy, I mean Colorado is a very outdoorsy place, but Leadville's known for some serious ultra marathons. And anyway, there's a shop there called Melanzana, and Melanzana hoodies are kind of famous in the ultralight hiking community. They're these like microgrid hoodies, fleece hoodie basically. So some people use those instead of using a puffy jacket. Depends on, you know, what kind of temperatures you're hiking in and stuff. But yeah, they're well sought after hoodies, and actually they now only sell in the shop in Leadville by appointment only. So it's kind of ridiculously difficult to get one of these hoodies. You can't order them online unless you bought it off someone else secondhand. But yeah, you have to book an appointment at the one and only shop in Leadville to buy one of these hoodies, which is insane. Anyway, I realized I was going to go like right by Leadville, and I've always wanted a microgrid fleece hoodie. It didn't have to be Melanzana, but I figured, I don't know, when am I going to have another opportunity to go into Leadville and get one? So I booked an appointment. It's for like, at this point it's less than a week away, I think. I booked it a couple of days ago, but yeah, anyway, I thought that was quite funny. Alright, so I haven't actually given an update in a while. This morning, well, I've been moving pretty quick today actually, but this morning I mentioned I camped with some people, and so I caught up to them in the morning. Two of them were hitchhiking into Gunnison, and that was the point where I was originally thinking I would hitch into Gunnison there to get my shoes, but you know, obviously I got my shoes in Lake City when Lucky drove out to Gunnison and picked them up for me. So anyway, I didn't need to hitch to Gunnison, but two of those people did, and then the other two also hiking towards Monarch Pass as I am, and their names were Dogbite and Plus One, and I think they were a couple hiking together. So I didn't get a chance to talk to them for that long because I kind of went past them just as they were like filtering water, and so I didn't really stop for long. Haven't seen them since then, but yeah, anyway, nice to meet some new people. And also saw Shuttle. Shuttle is someone that I very briefly met in Lake City, but she wasn't staying at the hostel, so I didn't really have a chance to talk to her or anything like that. But today I actually hiked with her for a bit. Probably hiked with her for, I don't know, close to an hour or something like that. And she walks really fast as well, so we were going pretty quick, actually going uphill for a while holding conversation. So it was, I don't know, a pretty out of breath conversation. But yeah, she's cool. She's hiked the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, and the Appalachian Trail. So she's going to be a triple crowner after this. And yeah, she was nice to chat to. And then later, just recently, about like an hour, maybe 2 hours ago, I caught up to Velveeta, and I've mentioned Velveeta a couple times maybe, but he was in Lake City when I was there, and he's with that crew of people, Waves, Flame, Gadget, Recon. So anyway, saw Velveeta. He said that the others had just left that spot like 15 minutes prior, and he was just hanging out. It was right next to a stream, so I stopped as well to filter water, and yeah, we just hung out and chatted a bit. Then we hiked together for a bit, but I stopped to eat some food, and so he's a little bit ahead of me right now. But in those previous clips, you would have seen Velveeta just walking just ahead of me on the trail, but he's probably close ahead. I saw him kind of through the trees a minute ago, so probably not far until I catch him. Also, if you're watching these videos and you have any interest in hiking the Colorado Trail, I'll definitely say that the best part of Colorado so far is definitely the parts which were not on the Colorado Trail. It's quite funny. I mean, you build a national scenic trail going through a state, and I feel like you miss the best part of the state, at least so far. You know, I've only done, I don't know, 250 miles or something in Colorado. I'm not really sure exactly. Less than 300, I think. But so I'm sure there's other really cool stuff ahead. But so far, I would definitely say that the best part of Colorado is not on the Colorado Trail. So, but yeah, like I said before, I think the collegiate peaks are going to be really cool, and then it's probably going to be pretty cool going near Gray's Peak and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so far, Colorado Trail compared to the CDT, definitely take the CDT, not the Colorado Trail. I don't know. So it's actually just starting to rain a little bit. Not much, like just the occasional droplet of rain, but the clouds don't look great, so I'm expecting it to properly start raining pretty soon. So I'm probably just going to put the camera away now, just in case, so that if it starts pouring rain, I've already got it packed up. I think it's maybe like 5:30 now or something like that, but the plan is to try and hike for at least another 3 hours, but potentially do some night hiking. Like I was thinking about hiking until like 9 or 9:30 kind of thing, but we'll see. I mean, if it's raining, I'll probably want to just pitch my tarp in a good place and camp, you know, around sunset or something like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll show you the clouds right now. So as you can see, looks like it's going to rain for sure. I mean, it is kind of already raining, but just very gently. Alright, so I didn't go as far as originally planned, but almost as far. Only like 2 miles off or something, so it's not that bad. I just, you know, the rain started, and when I put my camera away, it didn't actually rain much. It rained a tiny bit, but I don't know if you can hear it right now. But anyway, it is raining now. It's not raining much, it's not bad. But I just figured I found a really nice spot to camp. And I know that after here, I go uphill and I'm maybe kind of on a ridge or something like that. Not like a real like exposed ridge, probably still in the forest. But I figured it might all be rocky and lumpy, and I just saw a nice spot to camp. So I figured might as well take it, get out of the rain, stay dry. Because one thing, you know, I've done a lot of hiking in the rain, so I'm kind of used to it. You never fully get used to it, I don't think, but the rain has not been bad at all on this trip, like pretty much no rain. But the one thing I really don't like is getting soaked right before bed. Like if you get really just completely soaked and then you have to like set up camp in the rain and, you know, crawl into your sleeping bag, which should hopefully be dry, but still you're all wet, your clothes are wet. Obviously you take off all your clothes, but like, I don't know, they won't dry out by the morning usually. So anyway, it's not very nice getting soaked right before camp. It's just a miserable way to end the day. So I wasn't sure how hard it was going to rain. Right now it's raining, but it's not that bad. Still, I think it's worth it to set up camp a bit earlier. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you the setup of my tarp once it stops raining. So obviously, so I don't get the camera wet. But let me just show you, I'm sitting on a log right now. So I'm actually able to sit on this log and it's completely under the tarp, because actually the tarp extends like beyond the log here. So it's actually a really good setup. I've never done this before, where I can actually sit on a log and, I don't know, just have like a spot to sit, and it's high up enough that, you know, I'm sitting up straight and easily have lots of headroom, so it's pretty good. And I haven't actually, you know, set up my sleeping situation yet. I just got all my stuff here, but I think it's going to be a nice little setup here, nicely sheltered from the rain. There's loads of room under the tarp, and you see this log. So the log, the way I've pitched the tarp is I've tied it to this point on the tree. So I really like using a tarp because I can get really creative with it, but this center point has just gone straight onto the tree right here on this little branch. And then this log was already here, and so I was basically able to pitch it so that I have the log, and then this is tied out here, and then around the tree you can see it's tied out here as well. I really like this setup actually. Just having the log is so perfect because it gives you a nice spot to sit down, and there's loads of headroom. I pitched it nice and high, and then I just used a stick on this end, which is kind of the usual kind of thing that I do. Sometimes you can do it without a stick and just pitch it like close to the ground, but by using a stick you just I don't know, you have it a little bit more elevated. It's a good setup. And there's also, so there's a creek just down here where I can get water from. And this is clearly a spot where people camp frequently, as there's a fire pit here. And yeah, sorry Steve, I know Steve always wants to see me having a campfire. The number of comments I get from Steve saying I should make a fire, cook some steaks, that kind of thing. And you know, it is raining. It's not raining much, and it has rained a decent amount recently. So I do feel like it would be okay to make a fire. There's always sticks here, but I think there's still a fire ban in all of these areas. So I don't know. I'm not too fussed about having a fire anyway. It would be kind of nice though. I'm not gonna lie, it would be kind of nice. But I think I'd prefer to just sit away from the rain under my tarp anyway. So yeah.